God's love sublimely manifest in Bhagavan Krishna. Lord Krishna expressed in his life pure love in its highest form. He has shown to the world that a love without any impurity can exist between man and woman. It is impossible to describe adequately his life for the general public because it was unique and transcended mundane laws and standards. Someday I hope to put in print the true significance of Krishna's life, for it has been much misunderstood and misinterpreted. His expression of divine love was unique in this world. Krishna had many women disciples, but one favorite, Radha. Each disciple said to herself, "Krishna loves me more than anyone else." Still, because Krishna often talked of Radha, the others were envious of her. Noticing their jealousy, he wanted to teach them a lesson. So one day Krishna feigned a terrible headache. The anxious disciples expressed their great concern over the master's distress. At last Krishna said, "The headache will go away if one of you will stand on my head and massage it with your feet." The horrified devotees exclaimed, "We cannot do this. You are God, the Lord of the universe. It would be highest sacrilege to dare to desecrate your form by touching your sacred head with our feet." The master was pretending an increase of his pain when Radha came on the scene. She ran to her Lord, saying, "What can I do for you?" Krishna made the same request of her that he had made of the other devotees. Radha immediately stood on his head, the master's pain disappeared, and he fell asleep. The other disciples angrily dragged Radha away from the sleeping form. "We will kill you," they threatened. "But why? You dare to step on the head of the master? What of it?" Radha protested. "Did it not free him from his pain? For such a sacrilegious act you will go to the lowest stratum of Hades." "Oh, is that what you are worrying about?" Radha smiled. "I would gladly live there forever if it would make him happy for a second." Then they all bowed down to Radha. They understood why Krishna favored her, for Radha alone had no thought for herself, but only for her Lord's comfort. Nevertheless, because she received much special attention, Radha became filled with pride. So one day the Lord Krishna said to her, "Let us steal away together." He played on her vanity, making her think he wanted to be alone with her. She was feeling very happy and favored. They walked some distance, and Krishna wasn't at all inclined to stop for rest. Finally, the weary Radha suggested, "Here is a nice place to sit for a while." Krishna looked disinterested and replied, "Let us find a better spot." They walked and walked. At last the exhausted Radha complained, "I cannot walk any further." Krishna said, "All right, do you want me to carry you?" This very much pleased Radha's vanity. But even as she sprang to his back, lo! Krishna was gone. She fell in a heap on the ground. Her pride shattered. On her knees she humbly cried, "My beloved Lord, I was wrong in wanting to possess and control you. Please forgive me." Krishna reappeared and blessed her. Radha had learned a great lesson that day. It was a grievous error to look upon the master as an ordinary man, to be ensnared and controlled by feminine wiles. She realized that the master was interested not in her form, but in her soul. The perfect love between soul and spirit. The greatest love you can experience is in communion with God in meditation. The love between the soul and spirit is the perfect love, the love you are all seeking. When you meditate, love grows. Millions of thrills pass through your heart. If you learn to control sex attraction and attachment to human beings, and if you strive to love all and to meditate more deeply, there will come into your life such love as you never dreamed possible. That is the love that Krishna gave, and that Jesus Christ expressed for all of his disciples. It is the love Jesus had for Mary. Martha worked hard for the master, but her mind was on the chores, not on him. Mary thought more of the master himself than of her work. Because of Mary's greater love, Jesus said of her, "Mary hath chosen that good part, which shall not be taken away from her." Asterisk, and on another occasion, when Mary had brought ointment to anoint the feet of Jesus, and Judas said, "Why was not this ointment sold for 300 pence and given to the poor?" Christ answered, "The poor always ye have with you, but me ye have not always." He accepted Mary's devotion, not for himself personally, but for the spirit within him. And Mary, by anointing Jesus' feet, was expressing her love for God. That Mary thought first to offer her love to him who is master of the universe, and then to others, shows her good judgment. There is no one to whom we owe love more than to God, and there is no love sweeter than the love he gives to those who seek him. So why spend all your time pursuing temporary human love? Conjugal, familial, fraternal, all forms of human love have blind alleys. Divine love is the only perfect love. It is God who is playing hide-and-seek in the corridors of hearts, that perchance behind lesser human loves you may find his all-satisfying love. Therefore love God, not for his gifts, but because he is your own, and because he made you in his image, and you will find him. If you meditate deeply, a love will come over you such as no human tongue can describe. You will know his divine love, and you will be able to give that pure love to others. That divine love of God came over me last night. I had only a wink of sleep, so overwhelming it was. In that great flame of love I am beholding you all. Such is the love I feel for you. In your faces I see what is in your hearts. In the consciousness of one who is immersed in the divine love of God, there is no deception, no narrowness of caste or creed, no boundaries of any kind. When you experience that divine love, you will see no difference between flower and beast, between one human being and another. You will commune with all nature, and you will love equally all mankind. Beholding but one race, the children of God, your brothers and sisters in him, you will say to yourself, God is my Father. I am part of his vast family of human beings. I love them, for they are all mine. I love, too, my brother Sun and my sister Moon, and all creatures my Father has created and in whom his life flows. True love is divine, and divine love is joy. The more you meditate, seeking God with a burning desire, the more you will feel that love in your heart. Then you will know that love is joy, and joy is God.